It's about time. We have been waiting for the segment. We thank God. My guest is here. Finally, we made it through. We made it through. First of all, I want to say Happy New Year in advance to everybody. In less than 24 hours, it's going to be New Year. Happy New Year to everybody, all our listeners throughout the world. I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. My name is Lagun Koya. This segment is called Hanging Out with Double O. If you are joining us for the first time, all right, this segment is our Friday tonic, and I want everybody to know that you can join us by logging on to www.distinctradio.com, or you can get our listening app, download our application. You will be able to listen to us live and direct. Distinct Radio app on Google Play. You will be able to listen to us, or just go on YouTube. Search us on YouTube. You will see us live and direct on YouTube. Distinct TV on YouTube. We will be there. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Can everybody hear me? Let me know if you can hear me well. Good morning. My guest is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Year in advance.
Yes. Happy New Year. Everybody.
All right, yeah. Please, everybody, if you want to help us to share this segment, because this is a special segment. Today we are celebrating and we are campaigning for our congresswoman like here. I call her a woman of a powerhouse. All right. Yeah, everybody, we are live on Distinct Radio, number one US Nigeria community radio. So let's start because of the time. So, madam, can we meet you? Who is Iro Omere? Tell us about yourself. Let us know who you are.
Hi, everybody. Good morning and Happy New Year's in advance. So thank you guys for having me here and being with us. So, pretty much a little bit about me. I'm actually from Dallas, Texas. I was born and raised here, and I grew up in North Texas. I went to Prairie View A&M University where I studied biology and chemistry, and then I went into education. From there, I moved to Georgia where I went to law school at John Marshall, and then I moved to New York where I became a STEM instructor and led on coaching, facilitating high impact STEM education and for this community there. So I moved back to Texas, and I've been a legal analyst working mainly in immigration issues and, assisting firms with documents and helping people relocate and find their footing here in the United States. So that's me in a nutshell, and I'm running for Congress now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're live and direct on DNT Radio, number one US Nigeria community radio. This segment is called Hanging Out with Double O, and this is our Friday tonic. And guess what? Today we have a powerful woman. When I heard your story, I was so inspired. Very inspired. It inspired me a lot. I said, okay, I have to have you on this segment. I said I have to have this wonderful woman on this segment. So, what inspire you? Because you just mentioned that it's like you are an educator, So how are you able to put the two together? How are you able to, what inspired you to venture into politics?
So education within itself, the way it works in America, education, even though it should be something that you think would be apolitical, it is and it has always been something that has been political. Like when it comes to the access, the resources, what students are learning, what type of how their education is able to pave their way for the future. Education has always been something that has been, a political cog in our system of how we operate. So through my work in education, I started off in the financial aid office, helping students get financial aid, understanding the rules, understanding the policies, and understanding how there are some families, even after all the government resources are given, that are still struggling to be able to, educate themselves. So that, along with, other advocacy to make sure people had access to the vote, making sure they was able to cast their ballots and make sure they have adequate representation for themselves. That's what inspired me to, get into public policy and public service. And then from there, me wanting to be one of the leaders amongst, the people that are creating these policies and making sure that life in America is helpful or, not helpful, but, sustainable.
Okay, all right.
Balance. So that's what made me want to get into it.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, we are live on DNT Radio, number one US Nigeria community radio. Thank everybody for joining. I can see a lot of people joining right now. Oluwaseyi Fumi Adedokun, Abike Ademobatola, Tosin Betty Ogundina of Rem. A lot of people are joining on Instagram as well. Everybody's here. Nazat for Plano. Everybody's joining us. If you want to be part of this segment, there are 3 ways to join us on this segment today. You can log on to our website, www.distinctradio.com, or you can download the Distinct Radio app. It's going to be free. Go to your Google Play or App Store and download our application, or just search for us on YouTube, Distinct TV on YouTube. You will be able to see us live and direct. We're going to be live in your face right there. So we're going to be there live. And today we are celebrating and we are rejoicing with our woman of success. I call her a woman of success. Iro Omere. We're live on DNC Radio. Don't touch the dial. Thou shalt not touch his 11th commandment. Don't touch the dial. All right, we are still here. Don't touch the dial. All right.
This is DJ Sherry Shay, and you are listening to the one and only DNC Radio. This is DJ Sherry Shay, and you are listening to the one and only DNC Radio.
Right, it's like we have a call. We have a call already. Hello, somebody just called us. Hello. Hello. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Sam Ogunyoyi. I'm calling from Allen, Texas.
From Allen, Texas. What's your name again? What's his name?
My name is Sam Ogunyoyi.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. That's my pastor. Yeah. Good morning, sir.
God
Yeah.
bless you. Thank you.
You are live on DNT Radio #1 US Nigeria Community Radio. I have Omere, Iro Omere on the segment, sir. What do you have any question for her? She's running for Congress, sir.
Yeah, I have a couple of comments for you guys.
Okay.
Number one, is that watch this live? I tried getting onto Distant Radio. I think there's a religious program on there. I don't know if I got the right place. So I would love to see. Are you showing anything live? Where can we link up with you? That's number one. I'll prefer that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Can you
Can you
repeat
your
that?
question?
It's not a question. I'm asking. Well, it's a comment. I've been trying to log on to watch you live.
Oh, okay. Well, if you
Is
go
there-
to my
is there a way we
Instagram
can do
page.
that?
Oh. Well, yeah, you can. Right now we're live on Instagram, so if you go to my page, Irogama TX, that's IROGHAMATX. I'm on Instagram right
Okay.
now. We're live, so you can definitely tag in if you follow, or you don't even have to follow. You could just, click on it.
Okay, I'll do that. So when I can see that, I'll come up with my question.
Okay.
Thank you for the great job you're doing, and thank you.
Thank you.
It's a very good one.
Thank you,
you.
sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. All right.
And for everybody who's listening, you guys can go to my website, www.omereforcongress.com. There you can be able to. There you can be able to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also be able to see on my platform and be able to reach out. If you want to volunteer, you can volunteer. We have a lot of things that we want to do to make sure that people are registered and.
We're going to go into that. I want everybody to know, if you want to follow us, if you want to listen to us live right now, you can log on to our website, www.distinctradio.com, or just go on YouTube right now and search for Distinct TV on YouTube. You will be able to listen to us. Or if you want to listen to us on the go, call 712-775-9167. Your phone will turn to radio. So we are here with Iro Omere. She's running for Congress. And so tell us, what are your goals? What are your goals and your mission?
Okay. So some of my goals, one is to be able to make sure that we have additional resources in education. As we move into the future, STEM jobs and STEM opportunities are going to be the highest in the United States. So that's where we're moving. We're moving towards a more science-based, database type of society that is going to rely on people that are highly skilled and trained in the area of STEM. So I want to make sure that we are preparing our young learners, our students, incorporating STEM at earlier than middle school, making sure we have STEM in our preschools and everything. So that's one of my goals. We also want to make sure that we are able to rebalance our tax system. Right now, families are being hit hard with the tax that was incorporated in the last administration. So we want to go back, rebalance that so that, everybody's paying their fair share and we don't have a burden on just one particular area, mainly on the middle class, to make sure that they're not, taking the brunt of this. Another thing that I want to do is immigration reform, making sure that we actually have a system that is, that keeps us safe, So when we have a structure that is able to support the amount of people that are applying, people who are seeking refuge, or people that are, currently here that need to make sure that their documents and their statuses, up to date. From my experience, I think it's just they need more resources as well. We need more funding, we need more people. We need to hire and expand our departments so that we could be able to, know who's in the country, so that we can all be safe and all have a peace of mind.
All right.
Yeah. So those are some of the things that I really want to focus on. And another major area is healthcare.
Healthcare.
So
okay. We all need that.
Exactly. Right now, especially right now with COVID and the COVID pandemic, I really want us to, redirect our attention to figuring out how we can actually eradicate the coronavirus. We've been able to be successful in other diseases and other areas where we've been able to create vaccinations and different types of treatments to be able to eradicate these types of pathogens. So I want to make sure that we're putting money into the research to be able to get rid of coronavirus so we can not have to deal with this anymore, get rid of the masks and everything. And also expanding our hospitals. We need more hospitals, especially in our areas that are populated that don't have access to, hospital facilities or medical facilities. So those are some things that, I want to focus on, and along with everything else that's going, because, I plan to be very active once I get there. And, yeah.
All right, listening, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, so we have Omere here, and she's as I've said earlier, I call her a powerhouse woman, and she's a U.S. House of Representative candidate in Texas. So by special grace of God, she will be running for that seat in next year, March, right?
Yeah.
All right, so viewers at home, if you want to listen to us, download Distinct Radio app. You will be able to listen to us, or go on YouTube and search for DISTINCTV on YouTube. And you can follow her on her Instagram. She's live right now, and we are live on Distinct Radio on Facebook as well. I'm going to open the phone line now because I have a lot of people, they have questions and all that. And, I have so many questions that people have already sent. So the phone line is on now, 817-717-5685. 817-717-5685. The number is on the screen right now. 817-717-5685. So I have another question, So let me, as a woman of color, so how do you handle rejection? I know, as a woman in this, in this field, so how do you handle rejection?
Okay.
Has that ever happened to you before?
Yeah, in times in our life, we all go through, these different types of rejections where you have something that you want and you're not able to get it at that time. So one thing I make sure I do is that I don't internalize it. I don't take it as, a personal thing to me as a person. I just, assess it as the situation. And I actually go back, reevaluate, see what the people actually need, or, the audience that I'm, gearing towards, see what they need, and be able to reassess and go again for it. Because I'm definitely a person who believes that, as long as you continue to try, you can make anything happen. So I definitely do my best not to internalize it. I don't, let it stop me from reaching my goal, and I continue on and find other avenues to be successful.
Wow. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still here on DNT Radio, #1 U.S. Nigeria Community Radio. This segment is called Hanging Out with Double O, and it's every Friday. This is our Friday tonic, and let us listen to some of our sponsors. Let us hear from our sponsors. Don't touch it down.
To the one and only DNC Radio.
You just bought a house or need to upgrade your home furniture? Well, then you've come to the right place. Distinct Furniture is an online furniture store that brings you the latest styles and home furnishings at the lowest possible price. We offer the same quality furniture as the big guys do, but at a fraction of the price. How do we do it? We sell online, without having to maintain a showroom and all of the overhead that goes along with it. We are able to keep our prices at an all-time low. We pass these savings onto you, the customer. Check us out and you'll become a believer too. Our mission is simple. We offer the furniture you want at a price you'll love. Buy furniture the distinct way. It pays to be a distinct shopper. Contact us at 952-212-6527 or visit our online showroom at www.ufusa.net.
We are back live and direct on DNT Radio, number one US Nigeria Community Radio. I want to thank everybody for connecting, for joining. I want to say shout out to all the GOGCS members. Everybody's here. A lot of people are connecting, are joining us right now. Thank you so much for connecting. So the studio line is 817-717-5685. The studio line is on now. We have Omere, powerhouse woman. That's how I'm gonna call you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Powerful. Even a woman is doing this, so we men too. You inspire a lot of us and all that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's just talk about your fear. How do you manage your fear? Your fear.
Okay. Well, when it comes to fear, fear is something that I truly believe is, can be created in the mind because of things that we're not sure of. So when it comes to fear, I do not allow it to stop me from doing things. I'm not saying that I don't get, I'm not worried.
We have a call. Let's speak to the call. Yeah, let's speak to the call. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Laura Ogukoya.
Okay, that's my wife. So how are you?
I'm fine. Good morning.
Good morning.
We have Omere.
Good morning.
She's here.
Yes. Hello. Good morning. I just wanted to ask a question because you had mentioned that one of the plans that you have for us, is part of the healthcare also. But just because I'm a healthcare worker also, I'm a healthcare provider. And one thing that pointed out to me that in this era of COVID that we have, and what are the things that you have especially for healthcare providers? I'm sure they say, oh, yeah, we have financial, they increase the pay, they do all that stuff. But we need a protection, because we are the people that do all this. We are at the forefront of this disease that is coming to. What are the things that they have in plan for us in terms of protection, in terms of caring for our health as well?
So when it comes to, and one, thank you for all your hard work because especially during this pandemic, I know it's been very stressful. It's been scary. I also have a sister who works in healthcare and has been on the front line. So one, thank you guys because you guys have definitely done a lot of good work in this time. And if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. But and it would be a lot worse than what we're seeing now. So one, on that note, what I want to be able to do for healthcare workers is being able to, the same way we do for the Army. I remember when the last president was here, he said that we was fighting an invisible enemy and we were at war. So using the same principle, I think that our healthcare workers, especially those who fought, it's pretty much you guys fought during the COVID pandemic, you guys should also be granted, similar privileges as what we will see with the Army, where they get these additional benefits that give them, access to, housing through tax credits and homeowner programs, being able to give you and your family education credits, similar to things like the Hazelwood and the GI Bills, where you're able to go back and get educated, and is on, the government helps supports that and funds it. And I think that we also should look at, creating additional programs, especially for student loans and education costs, to be able to give you guys similar or a medical related version of the public service public service student loan forgiveness program. So those are some additional things I think that healthcare workers should be granted for their work and their service and dedication, especially for those who, were working on the front lines of during the COVID pandemic. And I mean, what do you also think that we should do? Because I know you've been on the front lines, and this is just what I think as an outsider looking in. So, what do you think would be, beneficial and, be able to support or truly show our appreciation for the support and,
Yeah, because recently, because I was watching the news or something perhaps like that, and one of the comments that one of the politicians that mentioned that even as a healthcare worker, you have the COVID disease and you still expected to go to work. How can you? I mean, how can somebody like voice that out and say, okay, because we have that disease, and then we still have expected to be at work? I think it's absurd for us to be at work. If somebody that is sick is expected to stay home, why are we as an healthcare provider also expected to be at work when we also have that disease
yes. I
as well?
understand. Definitely. I definitely understand that. And I do think that, as people, we have to make sure that we put our health first. So when somebody gets sick, regardless of what their position is, they should be able to be given that time to also, be able to recover so that they can, take care of themselves and also be able to protect other people from being
Yeah,
able to,
definitely.
contract it as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that we should look at. And, that's something that I'm glad
Mhm.
that you brought to my attention
Yeah.
because, I did, I don't know. It's like, you don't think about it, but you kind of think that that doctors are being and healthcare workers are being exposed. Even people who just work in the hospitals that are there every day are being exposed. But
Mhm.
you don't think
Yeah.
about but I do think another thing that would help is if we are able to, encourage more people to go into the healthcare field so that we can expand the workforce in healthcare. So in that goes back to speaking to increasing STEM education so that we can be able to train more, nurses, doctors, and other,
Yeah.
medical professionals so that we can have a workforce that is able to sustain so, people aren't being burnt out and you're not being forced to work when you're not, feeling well. So thank you for asking me
Yeah.
that question and, sharing your thoughts.
Thank.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
so I have one more question,
Okay,
because
Yeah,
yeah.
this
go
is
ahead. Go
also
ahead.
one of the
Let's hear
things
you.
that is very disturbing.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead. We can hear you clearly.
Oh, should I go ahead? Okay, I have as an educationist also because I wanted to ask this because due for this pandemic thing, I'm sure that they're gonna say okay, lockdown everything, especially school for the children. I felt like even from last year that we had that. The children, I'm in my own thinking. I'm not sure that they're able to absorb a lot of educational things that they needed to know as of this. I mean, as of this time now, I just feel like everything is just like done as it is. But in the coming COVID pandemic that is coming up again, surging up again. What do they have any kind of educational thing that it will prepare for the children aside from online thing? Because I believe the online, yes, but I think they need extra academic things also aside from doing online school. I think they need more because of I don't think they're learning that much with the virtual
Yeah. So,
schooling.
yeah. So, what I will say, and me being a former educator, I taught in the education system for about 9 years, and what I will
Hmm.
say is that the pandemic has made things. I think, and I want to be careful when I say it, I think like what the pandemic has done. The pandemic has actually shown a lot of the weaknesses and a lot of the downfalls in education because this is some like the things we're seeing now with homeschooling and the virtual learning it makes it worse but
Hmm.
it was already bad like right now
Yeah,
in
it is.
Texas for like several years the reading level has been below 50%
Yeah.
proficiency and
Yeah.
well below 50%. So that means half of the classroom, well, right now, as of last year, it was 20% or 23%, reading proficiency. So that means in a classroom of 30, you probably have about anywhere between 6 to 10 kids that are able to read on
Hmm.
level. and that is an issue because literacy is the core to our understanding and being able to be able to be do well in the other subjects and be able to work and be able to understand. So when we look at the education system, the pandemic has exposed, and what we need to go back now and do, because as the COVID is spreading, we have to figure out what is going to be the best route, because if we don't want people dying because students need to be educated,
Yeah.
because we
Yes.
we lose
Of
children,
course.
like children are dying, teachers are dying, family members are dying, and
Exactly.
the thing that we
Mhm.
want to do is that we want to be able to control this pandemic, and we want to be able to control the spread. That is the ultimate goal of us and trying to figure out what the best education route is. Now there are schools that have been successful in being able to bring students back and be able to make sure students are in class and they're learning. What that required was smaller classroom sizes, making sure that people were able to social distance, being able to ventilate within the classroom, and just having very strict hygiene protocols. So those students and those
Mhm.
schools have been successful. What we have to do at this point is that we have to figure out, moving forward, what is the best way to move. Are we going to do what the other schools that are successful doing, which is having the smaller classroom size? It will mean that maybe we're not in school every day. Maybe we go to a 3 or 4 day a week type of schedule, but we have to figure out what that is. But for us to make sure everybody is safe, it is going to come at some type of sacrifice, but that type of sacrifice doesn't mean it has to impede the entire education of a child. But the education system as a whole has been suffering for a long time, and this pandemic has really been able to reveal the downfalls and where students are, where students need the most
Mhm.
support.
Mhm. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
And that's all I have for
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you for calling. Thank you. That was a wonderful question.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Viewers at home.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, madam.
All
Thank
right.
you. Yeah,
Bye
that's my
bye.
wife right there. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on DNT Radio, number one US Nigeria community radio. And today we are with Omere, and she's running for Congress in 2022. And that's why we are here today. So when was your campaign? When was it launched?
So my campaign was launched we had our official launch party on December the 16th,
The
which
16th.
was about 2 weeks ago now.
Okay.
And I was able to, bring different people, my supporters, people from the community, people from other people that are also running, that are candidates in the 2022 election, and really talk about the importance of voter turnout and the importance of us being able to have representation that is in touch with the community, and having a new vision, and taking us in the direction we need to go in through adequate and adequate and inclusive representation. So it was a great event. Was able to get donations. We were able to get more volunteers, and people are very excited. So that is something that has been overwhelmingly encouraging, and I appreciate everybody who participated in person and virtually.
All right. Thank everybody. Thank you so much. The studio line is on now. If you have any question for my guest, you can call her. Call us on 817-717-5685. Let us hear from our sponsors.
This is DJ Sherry Shay, and you are listening to the one and only DNC Radio.
All right, yeah. So as I've said earlier, if you want to join us on this segment, or if you are watching us for the first time, this show is called Hanging Out with Double O, and it's every Friday. There's our Friday tonic. I want to wish everybody Happy New Year in advance, and also all you have to do, download our app. It's free. Just download the DNC Radio app, or go on YouTube to search for DNC TV. DISTINCTV. We are live on YouTube now, and she's live also on our Instagram page. You will be able to listen to us. The studio line one more time is 817-717-5685. It's right there on screen if you want to join us. Or if you want to listen to us on the go, call 712-775-9167. So I want to let you know that we're endorsing you for this studio.
Thank
We're endorsing you right now,
I
yeah.
appreciate it.
On behalf of the
Yay.
DNC crew, we're endorsing your campaign and
Thank
all that.
you.
So let's talk about your endorsement. How many endorsements have you got so far?
So far, I've gotten 2 endorsements.
Okay.
Well, you guys are now the third one.
Yes,
so
yes,
you know.
yes, definitely.
So, yes,
We're
I've
endorsing
been,
you.
and because we've just started 2 weeks ago, people have been reaching out, as people are learning about our campaign and learning about what we are wanting to bring to the table and bring back to District 4. We've been endorsed by the Collin County Young Democrats.
Oh, okay.
We've been endorsed by the American Youth in Climate Action, and now we've been endorsed by the so.
All right, we have a call. Let's pick this call. Somebody's calling. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Are you there? Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you live on there.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Sam. I called a while ago. I'm calling from Allen, Texas.
Oh, okay. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have Omere on the set in the studio today.
Yeah, good morning,
Good morning.
Miss Omere. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? Happy New Year in advance.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'm here. Yeah, thank you. I can hear you. Well, I just want Miss Omere to. My name is Oya Oya, and I'm calling from the city of Allen in Texas, Collin County. Thank you. Miss Omere, we're so proud of you. I've been following your campaign since New York.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
thank you.
and
yeah, I used to live in New York.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite impressive what you are doing, and
Thank
you're
you.
bringing this to us, and you're telling us that we can do it. And I want to pray that the Lord will continue to take care of all in Jesus' name.
Thank you
Quick
so
one.
much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. We want to know in which ways we can help by doing the legwork for you. It's not only about giving donations, but people should be able to go out and knock on doors for you and make calls for you. So you need to tell us in express terms here what your own people can do for you. That's what we want to hear now. Thank you.
Okay.
And thank you, Mr. Koya, for doing a great job. Thank you for featuring Miss Omere.
Thank you, sir. Thanks so much.
Yes. Thank you
And
so
finally,
much.
talking of endorsements, maybe I have the small power to tell you that the GODCS Church has endorsed you too. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All
I
right, we got
appreciate
more
it. Thank
endorsements
you.
coming
Thank
up.
you.
Thank you,
I
sir.
appreciate it. So yes,
Yeah,
thank you
thank you,
for
guys.
wanting to support. There's several ways that people can support, and that I would definitely love for people to do. So if you go to my website,
Yeah, mention the website.
omereforcongress.com, and if you follow me on my page on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, you will see my link that will take you to my page. I do have a volunteer sign up where you can sign up to be part of Team Omere. And then you can also do, we also have, staff positions that people can, submit their information so that we can add them to our staff. We are going to be having block walks. So we start block walking tomorrow, actually. So we have a block walk tomorrow and on Sunday. We are going to be doing phone banking. We will be phone banking on Tuesdays and Saturday mornings. So all that information is on the website. And we begin January 1st. We're going strong. We want to make sure that we reach out to the people in our district because we have a real opportunity to win, with the redistricting, even though, it's people say that it is, favors the Republican, we have a high potential if we get a good voter turnout. And with good voter turnout, is, it knows that people are able to express who they want, and with us reaching out to the people, getting, interacting, we know that we could be able to get people to come out and vote for us. So, we're right there. All we need is the support, and I appreciate you and wanting to, help and, spread the word. So yes, please go to my website. You can sign up there and yeah, join Team Omere.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling on this segment. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. All the best. Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are still live on the red. We are still here on DNT Radio, number one US Nigeria community radio. If you want to listen to us, download our app, log on that website, or search for us on YouTube. You will be able to see us. Search for Distinct Radio TV on YouTube. You will
DJ
see
Sherry
us there.
Shay, and you are listening to the one and only DNC Radio.
All right. So I have another question for you. Yeah, Miss Iro. Yeah, let me know. Will you consider running in Nigeria if the opportunity comes? Will you consider running Nigeria? What do you think?
Well, I've asked you this before, but like a long time ago when I was, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, I wanted to move to Nigeria, because
okay.
both my parents are Nigerian, and I just wanted to, be immersed in, my parents and my culture and everything. So I thought about it, but it would depend. It would depend on, me understanding, the community, understanding the needs, and, really assessing if I would be able to, have the if I would be able to, deliver and be able to help and represent the people in the way that best fit them, and fit us in general. So it would be dependent on, me being able to know exactly what I could. But, if they all lined up and things like that, I would, love to and be honored to represent, my people in Nigeria too.
All right, that's a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are still here on Hanging Out with Double O. I have Iro Omere. By special grace of God, by next year she's gonna be on the suite. Help me to appreciate people on your Instagram page. Just mention one or two people. Just mention, appreciate them for joining.
Yeah, thank you. We have. Let me see who's on here.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate everybody that are connecting with this segment today.
Okay, yeah, we have the Glory of God CNS Church. Thank you guys. It's one church. And then we had Pleasant for Texas. That's Michaela. And then we have Miss Nita B, which is one of my sorority sisters.
Okay.
That was here with us. We also have Pop Marley Collins. Thank you guys for joining. And my dear cousin, Bami, he was online.
All
and
right.
Miss Sop Plano. Thank you guys for all joining. And anybody else I missed out on,
All right.
you
So,
guys.
to everybody, I want to thank everybody for connecting. A lot of people are on Facebook. I can't mention everybody's name. I can see a lot of people today from Nigeria, from Europe, from Canada. A lot of people are here. Thank you for connecting on the segment. And as I've said earlier, we have Iro Omere on, she's our guest today. So what are the days to be looking for, specific
So-
date that we need to look for?
All right, so this year in Texas, there's 3 major voting days.
Okay.
And it's important that we show up to all 3. The good thing is that we have the first one is the primary. The primary election is going to help determine who's going to be the Democratic representative across the ballot. So
When that going to be? What date?
The date is early voting starts February 14th. So that's Valentine's. So if you need somewhere to go on a date,
Valentine's.
stop by the polls first. And then go to, do your day, whatever the case is. The polls open early, so they do open starting at 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And you can vote anywhere, in Collin County. You can vote anywhere within Collin County, regardless of, as long as you register to vote. Just bring proper identification.
All right.
Then the actual election day is March 1st. So that is the primary election. There is going to be a municipal election in May. May is that's for your city council, your school board elections. That's going to be on May 7th. All right.
Okay.
So that's May 7th. And then the actual big election day for 2022, which is where we get to, hopefully, on that evening, they'll be announcing us as the victorious winners.
Yes, we will.
And
I know we can do
is
this.
November the 8th.
All right,
2022.
All right.
Early voting will begin October the 24th. And I'll make sure
So
but yeah,
yeah,
October
we have it right
24th.
there behind us.
And then yes. And then yeah, make sure you show up. Yeah, it's right here behind me. So yeah. So all the dates are on my information, and yeah, make sure you guys show up. Like it doesn't take that long. Even though I know you guys see the news articles or the news shows where you'll say that the lines were wrapped around the corner. There's always other voting polls that are not where it's empty and there's nobody there. I personally have not had to stand in line ever to vote. So maybe I'm just picking the right polls, but if you go online, there are apps that will let you know what the wait time is. So if there's one that's that has a long line, if you're able to, drive to another one that is, empty, because you're able to vote at any of the polls if you're registered to vote in Collin County.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank everybody for calling. This is a wonderful segment, and I want to thank everybody for connecting, for joining. Everybody, you guys are wonderful.
This is DJ Sherry Shay, and you are listening to the one and only DISTINCTV Radio.
Okay, all right. So you're gonna do one thing for me. This is very important. So how can people reach out to you? How can we keep in touch with you? Your social media platform, So give it all, everything. Give it to us right there.
So the easiest way to get in contact with me is on Instagram and Twitter. So if you send me a message on Instagram and Twitter, I get those, and we do a great job in making sure that we respond to people and keep people engaged. So
What's your Twitter? What's your handle?
So it's Irohama TX. So that's IROGHAMA TX, and then you can go online and follow me. I mean, you can go to my website, omereforcongress.com. That's another way you can be able to access me. We have our email, our contact information. If you still mail letters, you can mail letters. You can send us emails. We also are on Facebook, Omere for Congress, and yeah, definitely reach out to our campaign. Definitely are very accessible. If you want to invite us to come to your church meetings or your book clubs, if you're having like community meetings and you're in District 4, feel free to invite me. I definitely will, come and attend and love to meet you all. So thank you.
So
thank you for having me here
let's
today.
talk about your volunteer. If somebody wants to volunteer to work with your campaign, so how can they reach out to you?
So yeah, if you go on my website or even on my Instagram or Facebook page, if you click on the link in my bio, it will take you to the page where you can join Team Omere. So to be a volunteer, you have to join Team Omere. And you could just click. If you click on the link, it will take you to a page where you put your information. We do have our volunteer meetings on Tuesday evenings. So if you like to, join us to see what's going on, to be involved, and to volunteer, there's room for everybody. There's something for everybody to do. We have phone banking. Phone banking is great because you can call from anywhere in the United States. If you want to block walk, if you're in the area, we block walk on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So we're going to be going to all 11 counties. So, we're going to be going to all 11 counties. So that will include Collin all the way to Bowie County. So you can help us block walk on those days. And then you can also, host events. So if you want to host an event, and I'd definitely love to come and, participate.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, her website is www.omereforcongress.com, right? Am I right? Okay. Yeah, it's actually behind us. You can follow her on Facebook, on Twitter. Irogama, Texas, right? Is that your Instagram? Yeah, please follow her on Twitter, on Instagram page. She's actually live on her Instagram page. And also, just log on to her website, www.omereforcongress.com for anything. And also for donation. Let's talk about that. Yeah.
Also,
I can somebody donate to your campaign.
So donations do help us. Helps us a lot. It helps us get the message out because of the vast, area that we're covering. we do need, we do depend on your support and the financial support so that we could be able to, send out letters, be able to print the materials for traveling costs and those things. So if you are able to donate, nothing's too big or small. We do have our first deadline today, which is December 31st. And then, we want to be able to raise as much money as possible. So you can go online. If you go to like the page or to my Instagram page, there is a donate button. Like I said, you can, and if you're also able to be a monthly donor, that also helps us because we're going to be going all the way to November.
Okay.
Because we do not have, I'm the only one running from the Democratic Party for this seat. We will automatically we're going the long haul. We'll be going all the way to November. So your support, monthly will also be, very helpful. So if you're able to donate, $10, $20 a month, that goes a long way. And it's, definitely helps us. And it's going to help, us be competitive and stay in this race for the long haul.
All right, that's a good one, ladies and gentlemen. We are still here on DNT Radio. This segment is called Hanging Out with Double O, and it's every Friday. Watch out for this segment. I'm going to be bringing a lot of people, wonderful, awesome people to this segment. So, and also, the time is not on our side here. Yeah. Before we go, I want to ask you this question.
Okay.
What do you want to tell any young girl or a woman watching you right now that want to venture into politics like you? What do you want to tell them?
So
Try to connect with everybody watching right now. Let's see.
So, at times for, us, it seems like we're put in a box, but the box is open, ladies. So like we can do anything and everything. And if you have the passion and it's something that you want to do, just go out and do it, in everything that we've ever done in our history, it took, the courage and the audacity just to step out and make it happen. The same way we've been, successful in our lives from, childhood to now is the same way we'll continue to be, moving into the future. So, embrace it, embrace yourself, give yourself a pat on the back each time you take a step towards your dream and your goals. So, a long time ago, even though I thought I wanted to be in politics, I didn't think it was something I could do, but every day as I, continue to work and, follow my dreams and passion, it led me here. And right now, I'm so happy to be in front of you all, and I want to be a leader and an example to show that, like, we could do anything as long as we, try and we, just keep on moving towards it. So keep on pushing, ladies.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are still here. Somebody's just sent me a question now. They wanted to talk about your STEM programs. Programs, yeah.
So, excuse me 1 minute. Excuse me. Not bad.
Yeah. So we are still here, people.
So,
hold on.
DJ Sherry Shay, and you are listening to the one and only DNC Radio.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so with some of the STEM programs that we've worked on, so when I worked in education, we had the robotics program. The robotics program was one of my favorite STEM programs because it allows students who really didn't understand, like how science and, engineering all work together. They were actually able to do like hands-on activities, and we did like Lego competitions that they had challenges. And it was a great way to introduce students into STEM. We also have different organizations such as, there's organizations such as Girls That Code and code.com. We'll do an hour of coding a week in my science classrooms. So students learned about coding and learned how they could be able to, program different types of, digital interfaces to be able to create products that, would be entertaining for people or useful in different markets. So these are the different types of programs. So now when you're looking at different jobs, you see things like, UX design, cloud architecture, and cybersecurity. These are the type of jobs that are going to be important and necessary for us to continue down this digital pathway that we're going. So the STEM programs that I want to support and be able to make sure that are in the classrooms, especially from an early age, are going to be based in preparing students to learn how to code, be able to learn about cloud technology and different types of technology that are going to be coming in the future.
All right. So for that person that has that question, so that's about STEM program. So Dan Amri said,
Okay.
he says he's here live with you. You want me to
Yes,
say hello
hi.
to you? Yeah, he just commented on Instagram right now. So shout out to everybody watching us on Facebook, on Instagram. A lot of people who are commenting and they are sending their message and all that,
Thank you.
and they are promised to vote. So to connect to people right there, tell them how to go there and vote. Talk to them right now.
Yes.
Let's hear you. Everybody
Okay, so
motivate them to go and vote for you.
listen, one thing about voting is that you have to understand that even though there is this rhetoric that voting in some communities that voting doesn't matter and your vote doesn't count, that is not true. The reason why we know it's not true is because people will not spend as much time and energy and effort to prevent you from voting or discourage you from voting if it didn't matter. People have died to make sure people have voting rights. People have fought for decades and for hundreds of years to make sure that everybody had equal access to the ballot because that's how important it is. It's so important that it even has to be in the U.S. Constitution. So when we vote, we are putting people in place that we trust to make the changes that we need in our community and give us the resources that we need. Better schools, more money in our bank accounts, making sure that we have streets that we can drive, hospitals that we can go to. We need to make sure that we are putting people in place that are going to be able to meet your best interests and the interests of the people around us in this country. So, voting is easy. You just, you look up the people, you figure out what you want, you look at the people who are running, and you vote for or you pick the people that are best aligned with you. Make sure you're registered to vote. If you're not registered to vote, it's easy. You can go online to the Texas Secretary of State website. You can print out the application, fill it out, and drop it in the mail. Make sure you sign it and make sure you date it. You can also, find your nearest registrar or go to your election office or even go into the DMV because you can register to vote there. If you are renewing your driver's license this year, then, you can also update your voter registration as well then. So there are different ways that you can register to vote and make sure that you're registered to vote. Know when to vote. Remember, primary elections is on March the 1st.
March
That
the
is the
1st, yeah.
actual election. Early voting begins on Valentine's.
February 14th.
Yeah, February 14th. So just remember, if you're going out for a date, just stop by the polls first, then go on your date for Valentine's.
All right.
And then you have the November election. The November election is very important because it's a midterm election and it's going to be mainly on our House of Representatives. So make sure you register to vote and show up to vote.
This is DJ Sherry Shay, and you are listening to the one and only DNC Radio.
All right, viewers at home, it's been a wonderful segment. I thank everybody for connecting, for joining. Especially, I'll see a lot of people from Nigeria.
Yay.
For them to use their data to connect with us, to watch us live. That's a big one. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody,
you.
all the DNT Radio crew, my producer, and everything, all our sponsors, Distinct Furniture, Times Square Hotel, everybody for supporting, for sponsoring this segment. I thank everybody, and thank for Euro for being here as
Thank
well.
you.
We already give our endorsement, so let's do this together. I want everybody to please go and register. Is there any deadline for registration?
Yes, there are. So
what day? Do
for
you know?
the January election, for the March 1st election, the deadline is January 31st.
January
If you don't
31st.
register by January 31st, it doesn't mean you can't register for the year. It just means you can't vote in the primary.
Oh,
So if you
okay.
want to vote in the primary, then register before January 31st.
All right.
Now, to be able to vote in the general election, I want to say that the deadline for that is sometime in October. I want to say October 10th. I can't remember exactly, but it's sometime early October. So make sure you register. But like I said, it's an easy application. They're going to ask you for your name. They're going to ask you whether it's a new application, if you're updating. They're going to ask you for your address, phone number, and you can use either your driver's license number or the last four of your social, depending on which one you have. So just do that. You sign and date it, and you drop it in the mail. So it's very easy. We will have voter registration drives. So if you are in the area, then you can, stop by our registration drive. You'll be able to meet me and the team and other volunteers that are in Collin County and get registered to vote. So
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's a wonderful information right there. Everybody, please go out there, check her out on her website, www.omereforcongress.com. And also follow her on her Instagram handle, Irobama, Texas. Follow her on Twitter. She's all over. And also, she is on Facebook, Iro for Congress, right? Your Facebook.
Omere for Congress.
Omere for Congress on
Yes.
Facebook. Please, we need everybody to go and register before January 31st so that you can be able to vote and all that. We have Iro Omere, U.S. Congressional candidate, and
Yes.
thank you for coming and all
Thank
that.
you.
Please let me thank everybody for calling me. For all the Geo Jesus family, thank you so much. A lot of people are connecting here on Instagram. I thank everybody for connecting, for being part of this segment. Today, we were live on DNT Radio, number 1 US Nigeria Community Radio, and this segment is called Hanging Out with Double O. These are Friday, Sunday. Shout out to everybody for connecting, for joining. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. And let me thank everybody. We gotta go.
Thank you guys. Thank you all, and Happy New Year. 2022 is going to be an amazing year, and I just send everybody all my best wishes.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for calling. We thank everybody for joining us on this segment. It's been a wonderful segment. The time is on our side. Watch out for this page every Friday for another segment, for another edition of Hanging Out with Double O, as I'll be bringing another powerful, guest into the studio. It's 2022. I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year. Thank you, Iro Omere, one more time for sharing this experience with every one of us. We thank everybody. We have to go now. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. We love you. Happy New Year.
This is DJ Sherry Shay, and you are listening to the one and only DNC.
All right. Thanks to everybody, my producer, my sponsors, everybody. Thank you so much. See you next week on DNT Radio on Hanging Out with Double O. Thank you so much. We'll see you, everybody. Thank you. See you.